The two manifestos are somewhat linked to the long-term plan. That is when I pick the drafts, and then the medium-term development framework, although no specific mention is made to them in the two manifestos. Therefore, as the 2020 elections approaches, the manifesto should focus on addressing the long-term specific needs of our country. And what are the specific needs? Having gone through the various documents, I have highlighted a few of them. And one is employment. Unemployment, especially youth unemployment, is very key to us. We need to create sustainable jobs for the youth and those in the vulnerable employment category. We found that there's a weak relationship between growth and employment. Our estimates show that it's only 0.5%. The elasticity is 0.5%. So a very weak relationship, and there is therefore the need to ensure that we create sustainable jobs. Vulnerable employment is also a major development challenge. From the table, you will find the proportion of people in vulnerable employment. The last column has been highlighted. So that is something that is worth looking at. Poverty, inequality is a function of labor market. So if your labor market is weak, then you are not able to create the needed jobs. And in doing so, the link between education and productivity is very, very critical. A comprehensive review of our educational system is needed to ensure that education and skills development promote high productivity and facilitate the creation of productive and more formal sector jobs. I also quickly took a glance at the two manifestos in this regard in terms of job creation. So the MPP manifesto and the NDC manifesto. Now, this has been highlighted. MPP says 2 million jobs being created between 2018 and 2019, and then with the CARES program, more is likely to be created. It's going to restore growth to the pre-COVID levels. And then in terms of stabilization, it has two phases, the stabilization phase and then the revitalization and transformation phase. Continue with the COVID policies to implement $2 million job and skills projects, and so on and so forth. If you come to the NDC, they also mention job creation, the Jumapa plan, launch an apprenticeship program, collaborate with the private sector to establish agro-processing similar to the 1D, 1F by the MPP. And then it's also promising tax cuts for jobs effective 2021. Small business will be exempted from taxes and corporate tax reduction and many others. And that's where I think we ought to be careful, because given where we find ourselves, I don't think tax cuts would be appropriate at this time. Perhaps not in 2021, perhaps in 2022 we can do that, but if you are not careful, our revenue stream might be affected.